Welcome everyone to another Kuta worksheet tutorial. Today we're doing medians. Let's go ahead and jump right into it. Each figure shows a triangle with one or more of its medians. Okay, so what is a median? Well, we're going to use this first example to define it. Here we have a segment connecting G to T. Okay, what other information does it give us? Each figure shows a triangle with one or more of its medians. Okay, so it's saying that that's a median. A median connects a vertex to the midpoint of the opposite side. So this blue dot is a midpoint. That means it splits it into two on the opposite side. That makes this line, GT, a median. Okay, so if TE is 8, it wants us to find FE. FE is this whole big side right here. So if TE is 8 and GT is a median, that means this side's equal, as I already drew the indicated lines. And that means that whole segment is 16 units long, so that's my answer, 16. That's how medians work. They split a side into two, and it comes from a vertex. So it says find GF. Okay, so GF is the big segment again, if TF equals 6.3. So all I really need to do is double 6.3, so I get 12.6, and I'm done. Okay, because this is going to be 6.3, because that's a median, and that's all there is to it. Okay, I'm guessing they're going to get a little bit more complicated. Find LJ. So LJ, if IJ equals 6. All right, this time it gives us the big length. Let me make it a little smaller. Let's try this one. So this time it gives us the big one, and we want to find the little one. We want to find LJ. Given that the big side is, was it 6? So the big one is 6. So the little one's obviously going to be half that because it's a median, so that is 3. 3 is our answer. All right, find NM if EM is 10. So this is 10. We're going to double it to get 24 NM, the big side. Okay. Now, something it hasn't asked yet, but I'm guessing it will get there. There's two medians drawn here. Now, if you have two medians and they cross, where they cross is a special place called the centroid. Okay, centroid. The centroid has some special properties, which I'm sure we're going to get to in just a little bit. But for now, we're just doing okay with these considerations. But stay tuned. Find ZQ. Aha, I think we're getting somewhere. ZQ if ZD equals 6. Now, this is exactly what I was talking about. So we're looking for this whole length. Knowing this whole length is 6, the whole median is 6. We want to find this green segment there. So what is the property that I was talking about? Okay. Well, if we have two medians, that's called the centroid. Okay, so that's the centroid, and it creates a special property. The special property is this: where the centroid is splits a median into two parts. It splits it into a 2/3 segment and a 1/3 segment. What does that mean? Well, that means if I wanted QZ, QZ would be equal to the whole length DZ times 2/3. Okay, it's 2/3 of the whole length DZ. DZ is the whole length that we just talked about. Okay, might as well put the hat on it now. Now, what about DQ? I'm not talking about Dairy Queen. Go get yourself a Blizzard. No, I'm talking about that segment there, the shorter one. What do we have to do to DZ? Well, we already talked about 2/3, so this one's going to be 1/3. Okay, so it's split into a 2/3 and 1/3 segment. That's the property of medians and how it works with triangles. It's kind of cool how that works out. So all we have to do here is plug in what we know. Well, we know that we're looking for ZQ or QZ, whatever you want to say. And we know the value of DZ, so we can go ahead and plug that in. So we're going to say 6, that's DZ, times 2/3 is going to equal ZQ. Equals ZQ. So 6 times 2/3, well, we can cross off the 6 and 3. 2 is left in the top over 1. And we get 4 equals ZQ. And that is, whoops, I'm running out of battery. I'll finish soon, don't worry. And ZQ equals 4. Let's do another one. Let's do this one. Might as well do a decimal. I was avoiding it, but I'll do one for you. RK. Okay, we're looking for the big one now. Given that DK, Donkey Kong, is 3.4. Now you're going to have to look here and see visibly if this is the small segment or the big segment. Clearly that's the small segment, so that's 3.4. And we know that dk equals rd, the big length. Oh, no, sorry. That's rk. Rk is the big length. Okay, that's the question mark that we have. Times 1/3. We know that dk is worth 3.4 equals rk. That's what we're looking for. We don't know it. That was an interesting way to write an r. 1/3. So the first thing I would do is I would multiply both sides by 3 to get rid of this fraction, or 3/1 multiplying by the reciprocal. So I get 3.4 times 3, I think that's 9, 10.2. Yeah, that's right. Equals rk. And that's it. That's what I get for the value of rk. It equals 10.2. I should have chose red, but whatever. That's what you're doing with all of these. You're just using that relationship. Okay, so let's go ahead and do some of these algebra ones. Find x if GE, okay, so GE equals 3x plus 5, okay, 3x plus 5, and IE, okay, let's choose blue this time, IE, that's this one right here, equals x plus 6. So now we need to set up a relationship with these expressions. So we know that we just multiply, because these are congruent, we just multiply x plus 6 times 2, or add it to itself, to have it equal the big segment 3x plus 5, and then we solve for x. So 3x plus 5. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and solve in purple. I distribute. I get 2x plus 12 equals 3x plus 5. I like to move over the x's first. It saves you a lot of work. I always move over the smaller one. I get x plus 5 equals 12. And then I subtract 5. I get x equals 7. Now, if you actually wanted to find the length, okay, it said find x, but sometimes it's going to say find the length, like find as, instead of finding x. What you would do is you would just plug it in. So if we wanted to find the whole length, we'd just go right here, and we'd say 3 times 7, 21, plus 5 is 26. So GE is 26. It's not asking for it, but I just want to give you a heads up. Let's go ahead and jump down to one of those ones. Or maybe a fraction one. Let's do a fraction one asking for, so number 16. This will be our last one. Plus my pencil's almost out. So sorry folks. If you want me to do more, go ahead and leave a comment. I'll do more. But this is the last one for this video. Find AS, this guy, if AR, this one's going to be tough, I think. AR, maybe not, equals x minus 1/2, and AS, well, why do we need to know that? AS, find AS if AR equals x minus 1/2, x minus 1/2, and AS equals, oh, okay, got it. AS equals x plus 5 over 2. We know these two segments are equal to each other. I was really hoping for a 2/3 relationship. Should I do this one, or should I do, hold on, this one, XU? No. So this one you just set it up like this. X plus 5 over 2 equals x minus 1/2. I would multiply everything by 2. Okay, once you do that, you get rid of a lot of these fractions. So you get x plus 5 equals 2x minus 1. Subtract x's from both sides, you get x minus 1 equals 5. You get x equals 6. Plug that in for any of them, doesn't matter, because they're the same length. But just so you know, we'll plug it in for AS. We get 6 plus 5 over 2. That's 11 over 2. Okay, there's that one. Okay, but I really wanted to get to this one. This one we're looking for MQ, the total length. Let me do that in red because that's what we chose up above. So this is the total length, and then XQ is this one. Okay, so that length right there. That's 2x minus 6. This one's going to be a little tougher. So we have 2x minus 6, and then we have the big length. The big guy is 3x minus 3. Visibly, this 2x minus 6, that yellow length is the 1/3 segment. So what we're going to do is we can say 3x minus 3 times 1/3 equals our smaller segment, 2x minus 6. Now, if you got lost there, qx or xq, whatever, you guys know what I'm talking about, equals 1/3 of the big length, mq times 1/3. That's where I got that from. So now I'm just going to solve. I'm going to distribute. I get x minus 1 equals 2x minus 6. I'm going to subtract x from both sides. I get x minus 6 equals negative 1. add 6, I get x equals 5. It's looking for the length xq, so don't get lazy. You got to plug it back in for xq. So plug in 5, we get 10 minus 6. 2 times 5 is 10. Okay, 2 times 5 is 10, and then we get 4. So xq is 4, and we're done. My Apple Pencil is basically dead. Thank you for watching. I hope to see you next time.